racing that nobody's using. So they go 20. Once that 20's done, they're not getting any time back.
Have you ever seen that where everyone just sits there? The session goes, well, no one goes out?
It does happen. Usually, though, the rookies and the slower guys, or a couple of guys, will go out, at least 1 or 2 cars. It's very, very rare that nobody does, but it's certainly not that roar of the engines all going at once that you often see in practice or at the start of the race. Because, again, it's part of the strategy. You don't want to go out too early.
Fellas.
But at the same time, right, you have the entire track to yourself right now. I mean, a lot of drivers talk to me about traffic being an issue. Yeah. It's a reality on these street circuits. Hey, why not go out there, at least run a few laps by yourself? No traffic, you're out there, you can put down some flyers.
Palm tree,
but that's
blue
the 50
skies.
years of racing experience that we have.
We'll keep relying on that as we go with our collective racing wisdom. Palm trees, blue skies, glamour, pretty girls.
Simon Pagenaud.
Who, it's funny, Warren Dim asked him about Talladega Nights earlier on and how much French drivers had been put back through the kids of Talladega Nights. I thought it was a particularly gutsy question of Warren's, and Simon handled it very well. There is the hill on the left, looking fantastic. What a great bunch of people. We have Lexmark Heights off to our right here, Upper Lexmark as it's known. Warren Dim down in Senior Pit Lane. Warren, I thought it was very, very brave of you after Talladega Nights, but you made good work.
Thank you. I just thought it was easier to negotiate than it's been in some of the years past. But I think that just the new car and everybody in Champ Car really kind of working that much harder because it's, it's got something to shoot for now. It's a little bit more level playing field.
Some of your years of involvement in motorsport, you've had a bit to do with designing and building cars, which is different. What's the new car like from your take?
Well, I think it's done very well. It got a bit of a bum rap early on where a lot of people criticised it. And sure, there's always problems with new cars, but the thing about the car, it's captured everything good about Champ Car, and it's really done a good job. I mean, it's been to a large extent very, very reliable. And if you look at the final result, which is the racing on track, it's been right.
Modern safety elements that a car could possibly have.
It's so good to listen to such an astute person about the way that things have gone, and there was always going to be some criticism directed towards the car, but you know what? It doesn't matter what the car is. Everybody, what you've got to look for.
And you'll never get the full effect of a car until you put it under race circumstances. You can test it for 10 years, but unless it's especially on a street course where you just can't test it prior. So you get to Las Vegas, and then of course there are going to be some kinks to work out. Champ is not going to
Thank you, Warren, for that very subtle little reminder there that Simone is on the softer tyre. There's the red tyre wall of the Potenza. If there was no bitching, there wouldn't be racing.
Exactly.
This is a competitive game. We're not a football team. We are a bunch of 17 to 30
Absolutely, exactly. That's why they're very competitive, and that's why they speak their minds.
Absolutely. I love the rim side walls apart from that.
Yeah, they look cool.
They look tough as.
And we did see some teams yesterday use them, as you mentioned, and now everybody's never use them on Fridays, but the teams that did a record.
Fastest in qualifying one yesterday. By virtue of that, he is technically on pole position until somebody can go faster than him today. He's guaranteed a front row start. Development entry of Nelson Philippe from Conquest Racing.
And on board with Bobby Rahal. Graham, this young man with, a nation basically riding on his shoulders. No pressure for him. He seems to be dealing with it pretty well, though.
Oh, absolutely. He's cool, calm, collected. Maybe it's growing up around the media circus that followed his dad when he was in his prime and whatnot. And also the fact that, there's somewhat controversy with his dad. He's cool as ice, and he drives like a veteran does. And the fact that he's 18 is really remarkable.
Hard on the brakes into second turn. Turns the car in hard.
Even the way his arms, Richard, are channeled so deeply in there, there's just so little room for anything to move the way he does.
Drivers, especially PTV drivers, and their elbows elbows are really swollen because this track you really use the steering wheel a lot, and you end up hitting the headrest, as you can tell by that shot. I mean, their forearms are huge. By the way, race car drivers, you guys know. I mean, I've done the track announcing at many places, many venues, and sometimes it's quite trying to get my co-workers to get to do.
Baby blue,
what we're doing just there was roading a new set of Lake sidewall tyres for Grey Label. They've now